Talking that funky, about my face.
Well, we are about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Cincinnati Bengals and the New York Jets. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback.
Here we go.
Here's Burrow to throw right away. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. This defense for the Jets, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
Here we go. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. An option handoff here to Mixon, and he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
Here we go.
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. And this one is incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Burrow looking to pass. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
They certainly thought he had an open board beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Here we go. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 21. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
Mixon with a first down carry. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working. But how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Again, it's Mixon. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8. In search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. They go play action with Burrow. This one hauled in by Sample. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. So on fourth down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. From the right hash, this a 31-yard attempt. McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Play action. Now Wilson. Smith brings it in, going across the middle. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a 1st. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the 1st down there, help them relax a little bit.
The Jets at 2-0 here to begin the season. Now off to exactly the start you're hoping for. Nothing for the fan base to complain about, at least not yet.
I like the way that you phrased that. Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a long ways to go. But they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way if they stay in that mode throughout the season.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Sam Hubbard that time coming through defensively with reckless abandon. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 24-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
A 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. And it's caught. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Corey Davis, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jets have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That's on the guard, Alex Kappa. Play action. It's Burrow. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Carl Lawson able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He gets this one to Boyd. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory.
But the Bengals had the remarkable run to the Super Bowl last year, but one team that gave them trouble were these New York Jets. You might remember back in Week 8, it was the Jets rallying behind backup Mike White, who threw for 405 yards and 3 touchdowns, and a 34-31 New York victory over the Bengals.
And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 26. 23 yards to pick up there.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. This is a very impressive drive, especially when you consider where they started from to now be set up 1st and goal.
Yeah, and some nice running right there. That's what got them the first down. But at this point, I suggest open up your playbook. You can call just about what you want.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals.
Joe Mixon with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are once again back in front.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Wilson's throw there taken in by Smith. And he'll be out right at the 35. Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
Here's Wilson. Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete. He's going to have the first down and more than that. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards.
That turns into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right. And after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 36. Now it's Wilson. Again, it's Johnson. He'll get it inside the 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Bengals are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
Here we go, here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Burrow. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Jets will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall.
And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. So a holding penalty, and that'll send him backwards.
You know they're trying not to do that. I mean, we know that, right? We talk to them all the time. But sometimes the defensive guys just put you in awkward situations, and you get caught grabbing their jerseys.
Wilson. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Play action. It's Wilson. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted.
Daxton Hill picks it off.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for a Bengals TD. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
And that's caught inside the 30. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. They go play action now. Wilson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
And the Bengals are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. From midfield now, Burrow. And he'll just get rid of it.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
1-1, ready?
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Burrow will throw. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 27-yard line. And with 1 second left, they get the timeout. And they'll have a chance to kick the field goal before intermission.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game, and to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
A gain there of 21 yards. Nothing flashy there. The slant to the slot.
Oh, and the frustration for the defensive guys, because it's a quick play, and you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch, and then he's able to absorb the contact and complete it.
Now Wilson on first down.
Out to the flat here for Johnson.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's second down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy on the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Trey Hendrickson in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Wilson. This is Smith with a grab. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch. He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson, he rifles complete, caught by Moore. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year, number 6 overall. And the Jets have cut it back within a score.
Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead will shrink to 6. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
Here we go. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Burrow looking to pass. He finds his running back, Mixon. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Yeah, big play there. And when you have a running back that you can use like a wide receiver, when he has that kind of versatility, you do as they did there. Get him out of the backfield and give those defensive backs something else to worry about.
Mixon up the middle. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw caught by Higgins.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now they go play action now. Burrow. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Jermaine Johnson
in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack.
1, ready?
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Here's Burrow. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now Joe Burrow on 3rd and long. And he fires one that's intercepted. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. But now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
He finds Wilson. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Garrett Wilson. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets have tied the ball game with a chance to go ahead now in the final seconds of the 3rd quarter. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that will put them on top here in the 3rd. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. The Bengals drive about to get going. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here.
Here we go.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Once again, they run with Mixon. 73 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch victory.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
11-90.
Inside handoff to Mixon. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. Making the play defensively, Carl Lawson.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
On 1, ready?
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key 1st downs and big runs.
Here we go. Here we go. 11 MT paint. 11 MT paint. Stop.
And now they will throw it with Burrow. And a dangerous throw there on the drop-off. Incomplete, nearly intercepted.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
And now ball going to be intercepted yet again. And the Jets are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of two halves, won't you?
Well, hey, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
After the interception, here's Wilson.
He'll check this down to Johnson. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Johnson.
And he is going to have a Jets first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Running from the gun, Johnson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game.
Let's go.
From the 38, Wilson. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
So on now is Greg Zuerlein in a pressure situation. This to get the lead up to 4. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by Brandon Eccles.
And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown.
Well, part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick 6 on the other side, and now they get a pick 6 of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick 6 from earlier in this game?
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Burrow. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Burrow. Pass complete to Higgins. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That's on Jackson Carman, second-round pick in 2021. Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. Here's Burrow. Got a man complete. It's Taylor. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 41-yard line. Now Burrow. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on first down. His throw caught at about the 5.
Here we go, here we go.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
On one, ready?
Throwing, Burrow. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play. And now the Jets are going to get this one, and that might be all she wrote. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical. Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Here's Johnson again on second down. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed